Hey everyone, Kensurfs here. We're in the shave den and it's time for another shave. Well, I'm doing something a little different today. I'm actually going to be using a soap and aftershave that I've never used before. I'm going to be using a razor that I've never used before. And I'm going to be using a blade that I've used, but not too often. And I'm going to be, I'll give you a little preview of some things that are coming up in the upcoming videos. So, the soap and aftershave that I'm going to be using today is from Hendrix Classics & Company, and it's actually being released today, September 19th, 2025, and it's called Dane. That's the artwork on it. And it's got a scent that I like. First of all, if you watch the channel, you know I like Parasso. I know you like margaritas in the Arctic. I really like menthol smelling soap. Now this has menthol in it, but it's not as powerful a scent as some of those menthols that I use, because it's got essential oils and fur. And yeah, I do smell like a Christmas tree in there a little bit. No, but well, if you smell hard, you might think so. And this is the soap, and it's got a really pleasant scent, and it's being released today at 10 a.m. It's already past 10 a.m., so it's probably already on the market. I hate using or telling you guys about a soap, and then it's sold out or it's not available for a little while. Now, if you're a friend of the channel, you've probably seen, let me see, where is it? Where is it? Give me a second. Got it. Too many places to look. If you're a friend of the channel or you've watched the channel before, you've probably seen that on the adjustable double-edge razors, there are a few that I've used quite a bit. And this Parker variant I've had for probably a decade, and it never lets me down. This thing works great. Well, they have another razor from Parker that's available in the variant. It's a variant, an adjustable. Don't freak out. It's an open comb. Can you imagine? Open comb is already more aggressive. But a lot of you are saying, hey, I got a thick beard, and sometimes these razors you're previewing just don't cut it for me. So today, I'm going to be using the Parker variant open comb razor, and I've never used that before. So I'm going to be using this in today's shave, and we'll see how it goes. I'm also going to be using the blades that come from Parker. So, you know, I'm familiar with them. But usually when I use a new razor, I like to use a blade that I'm so familiar with that I can judge the razor. So I'm going to be, actually it's a triple threat. Haven't used the soap or aftershave, haven't used the razor, and I had definitely not used this blade, brand blade, in an open comb razor. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be using my first Semogue Owners Club blade or brush that I ever have purchased. I'm going to be using this. In fact, let me, as we're talking, put it into the crystal skull. Also, sneak preview. You've probably seen I do razor videos and shaving videos, sometimes pinballs, sometimes knives, sometimes you see me at the shooting range. But some people are asking, and really in the last probably 15, 20 years, the only knife I carry is a Benchmade folder in my pocket. But people have said, hey, what did you carry, before that? And I first was carrying a fixed blade knife when I was younger, because I used to go camping with my father, fishing, camping. I'll get all into that later. But what I'll be doing is a video soon on buck fixed blade knives, and I've probably got about 4 or 5 of them. So we'll be talking about that. So that's a sneak preview. All right, give me 1 second. I got to clear these knives off. I don't want any of these falling on my feet. I've got to clear a few things off, and we're going to get right back to the shave. All right, I always like previewing stuff that's coming up, and I do have a PAA soap, and I've got another soap. I got a couple of soaps ready to go, be coming up very soon. Here is the packaging. Now, I did find out, I mentioned something in the past that if you go to the Parker site, and Parker has a site, and you try to purchase off Parker, they don't sell direct. You've got to go through a company that sells Parker products. And the one I use here in the United States, and it's probably worldwide, is supersafetyrazors.com. And I've got links to Hc&c and supersafetyrazors.com in the description of this video. And actually, they're kind of affiliate links. So if you click on them, It lets the folks know at Parker, and it lets the folks know at Hc&c that, hey, you saw this on Kensurfs channel. And they're very accommodating if I need to, buy an open box or just something from them. So it really helps out the channel. So if you're thinking about buying any of these products, please consider clicking on the affiliate link that I have for this. And the other link for Hc&c is just a regular link, so no problem. All right, well, this is what it comes with. This is the Parker. Let's open this up. You get some instructions. There we go, comes with it. Let's see if I can, oh yeah, comes out easy enough. Oh, here we go. Let me set this aside. Open comb variant. Look at that. And it still has the notch for the top plate and the base plate that have to be lined up. This one is satin chrome. It's a brash razor. It's covered with, or electroplated or plated with satin chrome. They also have, I think they got another version too. These come in at about $60, but these razors are really, made in India. And if you watch the channel, you know my favorite blades come from India. So, Parker. So this one is adjustable, and to load it, we just take off the cap, spin the base plate, cap comes off, we put the blade in, and we tighten it up. There we go. So, shall we get the shave started? First of all, I'm gonna load this razor. So here's the Parker blades. Let's send out a, here, wrong way. Gotta slide it out the correct way. Let's slide this out here. Get that blade. That's what she looks like right there. I'm gonna open up that blade very carefully. Don't know if any of you ever cut your fingers. There's the blade, Parker. All right, I'm gonna do this kind of cautiously. Loosen that all the way, take that off. Now what I do is I place the blade on the cap. Oh, and it's got a bit of an overhang on the cap. That allows me to carry or to hold this without risk of cutting myself. And that's always a risk. Now I just got to make sure I get the notch lined up. There's the notch on the top, notch on the bottom. We put this back in here. We spin the bottom. We lock it all the way down to 0. There we go. And we dial it to what we want, all the way to 5. 5 opens that gap up pretty aggressive. And again, this is an open comb razor, so there's more blade surface going to be touching your skin. And for people who have that thick beard, open comb or a slant, I think the open comb is probably a bit more aggressive than the slant, in my personal opinion. But open comb really is efficient for, you can take a beard off from nothing flat with one of these. And you have the choice of different blades. Some blades are better than others for your particular. Okay, I'm gonna go to setting number, let's go to number 2. Okay, don't know if you can see that, but I'm on number 2 now. See how it goes. One good thing about these, you can dial it as you're shaving. Okay, very good. Now, let's get the soap. Oh yeah. I can smell the menthol. It's great. In fact, I've been sneezing today. We've been having thunderstorms in Southern California. First of all, we got bad air quality. 95% humidity today? You walk outside and you're sweating. You folks in Florida and the East Coast, I don't know how you handle it. All right, now we'll wet the face. I've been out of commission the last week because I went to the dermatologist. They froze some stuff. I had them freeze the freckle off my nose. Man, they got my, look at that. They froze my hand. It's always good to be proactive. But I got out of there with maybe this, and a couple of spots. But they usually freeze off like 11 or 12 spots when I go to the dermo every 3 to 6 months. So they said, hey, you're doing good. Whatever you're doing good. Keep it up. So I'm not going to complain. All right, and this is a Badger. Let's try the soap. The Parker variant open comb was released, I believe, in 2023. And, you know, I've got quite a few open combs, but it's always nice to try. I don't think I have an adjustable open comb. In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't. All mine are just, pretty well fixed. So this is kind of a nice concept that I like, especially for you guys who that beard grows overnight. Okay. Good scent soap. And I really hope the soap helps glide this blade. And if I feel anything out of the ordinary with the combo I'm using, I'll probably make an adjustment. There we go. Oh, another spam caller probably. I still have the landline at the house. It's funny, you can get on the do not call registry and they don't care. They still call you. Those guys and those scammers who are from them call centers, if you're one of them, you chose a weird career, especially if you're just trying to scam people out of money. Now, if you're trying to, pitch a product or a business that's legit, that might be another story. But if you're on the do not call registry, you really shouldn't be calling. But that's not going to stop them. I've been the victim of internet fraud. I went to a website thinking it was totally legit. It looked so beautiful. It was a pinball, they sold pinball machines. And they're located in New York City. And it looks so legit, so legit, so legit. I Zelled $3,000. That's the max or something you could, and then I Zelled another $3,000. It was a ripoff. Reported it to fraud, to the FBI. That was like 2 years ago. Lost the dough. If I'm ever on a jury duty and there's one of you scammers that are on trial, dude, you're guilty already. From me. All right, here we go. Setting number 2. Oh, yeah. You can tell this is aggressive, so I'm going to go slow with this. It's aggressive, but it knocks it down very quickly. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go slow with this, guys. Now, a word of caution, with an open comb razor, where it kind of bites me sometimes, is on the top of the upper lip. So I'm going to be really careful with that. Soap smells great. Soap slicked it up pretty good. Handle is awesome. You can hang on to this perfectly. Yeah, the Benchmade knife that I probably carried the most back in the day when it was still available was the Benchmade 710. If you know Benchmades and you know that knife, it's very expensive. And I actually bought a brand new 710, God, had to be maybe 10 years ago when they were still making them. And they were coming in at about $200 brand new. And I had custom scales put on it. And it's been stuck in my safe for 10 or 11 years. I'm going to be probably listing that on eBay because it doesn't make sense to me to have something that I never use and it's such in pristine condition. I never cut anything with it that it's been stuck in the safe. But if I sell that, it gives me an opportunity to buy some things I would use, like Parker razors. Is it McHenry? He's the guy who designed it for Benchmade. It goes through your neck hair very good. I think for me, for my skin and my thin beard, setting 2 is working out perfect for this. And I've made one pass with an open comb with a blade I'm not too familiar with. No nicks. And I could call it quits right now. But let's go for pass 2. I want to cut myself. Let's try it on pass number 2. There we go. I watched the remake with my wife of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Not the remake, it's actually, I would say a sequel, but bringing back the original cast. Freddie Prinze Jr. was in it. And if you watch that movie, stick through the credits, because there's a spoiler where they're alluding to another sequel. Sarah Michelle Gellar's in it. I'm having a senior moment. I can't remember the other. Jennifer Love Hewitt, there we go, is also in it. On the original, I saw that in the theater, and Johnny Galecki was in it from The Big Bang Theory, Leonard. And I haven't seen him in too many movies. He was in another movie where another sci-fi movie, but it was kind of cool to watch. I watched the original before I watched the sequel. And what I should have done is watched part 2 before I watched the sequel, or the new one. Man, from 1997 to now. And I hear they're shooting Scary Movie 6. They got Anna Faris and a couple of the original cast in it. And they're going to make fun of some of the horror movies that happened in the last 10 years. Sinners, they said they're probably going to do. And Sinners was a good movie. It's a vampire movie. Not a spoiler, but a good movie. My wife wanted to see that in the movie theater. My wife hates horror movies, and she was okay with it. She took me to see it, so she had to be okay with it. Man, this razor is good. Pete Hendricks, you make a slick soap, because this is a dangerous combination. Open comb can really, really mess you up if you're not careful. But man, impressive. They also have a closed comb anniversary razor that is kind of black. It's got a black handle. I don't know what anniversary it is. Oh, look, the original one didn't have anything on the bottom, and this one does. So there you go. I didn't cut my lip. See, if you're dragging it this way, the top of your lip kind of sticks up a little bit further than, the skin on your upper lip, and that can catch in that comb opening. Very good. And I always say, when I release different types of videos, you guys, some of you tune in exclusively for shaving videos, and when I do a pinball video, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch the knife review videos. But when I get requests, sometimes I feel guilty, and I go, I should do a video on that. And then I never do. Until 2 or 3 more requests come in, I go, well, I'll see what I can do. And I'm going to be honest, I don't have a lot of buck knives left from, I'm talking like maybe 74, 75. So I ended up, don't tell the wife, going on eBay and replacing things that I had in the past that I no longer have. All right, this is still sealed. Give me a second. They seal these pretty dang good. I'm gonna have to, hang on a second. I'm gonna have to open that. Hang on, man, I can't find my bug out. I'm gonna have to use another discontinued knife from Benchmade. There we go. Is that McHenry too? I think so. Another one's discontinued. All right, let's make it easy here. There. Trying to do this very carefully without doing so much of a blooper, but there we go. I think I've started it. You know why they have to tape these shut? Because if these leak in shipping, let me close this blade so I don't drop it on my foot. There we go. If they leak in shipping, it's a big deal. You can get in trouble. So there, that's off. Let's shake this up just in case. Yeah, see, that's that cooling agent in there, that soothing balm that they got in there, along with the splash. Oh yeah, there's the menthol. Oh yeah, very good. All right, in we go. Oh yeah, there's a nice burn there. Oh man, that smells good. I'm gonna put some more on. Very good. Dang, You know, I go into a shave and I go, I'm probably going to nick myself. You know, I'm using a very aggressive razor. But what's good about an aggressive razor that has a dial on it, you can make it very forgiving or you can make it super aggressive. So you guys with a thick beard, consider it something to think about in your razor collection. And if you want a nice menthol smelling soap, it's got a bit of fur in the back. I think Douglas fir. Dane comes out today. Hopefully it's still for sale by the time I put this video up. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your subscriptions. I'm in a happy mood. I got back from my doctor's yesterday, 6-month checkup. I used to weigh about 217. I got down to 215. I went yesterday. His scale said 210. Then I moved a little bit and it said 29.8. I moved and went 210. So they recorded it as 210. My house scale says 213. And I came straight from the doctor's, got on the house scale. So now I know my scale's off by about 3 pounds. So doctor said the closer you get to 200, the healthier you're gonna be. And everything was looking pretty good except for my cholesterol. And he said, if you lose that weight, it's gonna certainly help. So I'm in a good mood. 6-month checkup is over, good mood. Kidneys are doing good move. So very happy today. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments and your subscriptions. I look forward to seeing all of you very soon. I do have some more videos almost ready to go. So looking forward to shooting them and releasing them so you can watch. Until next time, stay safe.